I'm going to start my tomatoes plants because my peppers are big enough to where I think they can fly solo. So if you haven't watched my peppers video about getting these peppers ready for the outside, go check it out and you'll see why I need to get my tomatoes going. So these are the pea pellet seed starting pellets that I'm going to be using, and I wanted to let you guys see how they get activated. So when you do these pea pellets, you should have it in a container, and this is just an old pie plate that I have. And then you want to make sure that the pellet has the hole in the middle, and you put it down into your container. And then I have a pot of water right here, so I am just going to put my spoon in there, and we are just going to bring it over, and we are just going to fill these pellets up. Just going to pour the water over these pellets. And then as you can see, they're turning dark brown, but they are absorbing all this water. And this is what is going to puff them up. I use hot water because I want to make sure that there is no kind of bugs or anything living in there. And I know a lot of people say you don't need to add the water, but I always do because these are going to be living inside my house, and I do not want all of those fungus gnats all over my house, just flying around like they live in this spot. Nope, that is not happening. So once you get them all filled up, I usually take the rest of the water and I just pour it over the ones that didn't get a lot of the water. So I will see how they all puffed up. See? They've all expanded to these big ones. So now what I'm going to do is just let this cool, and then when they get ready to, when they cool off, then I'll come back and I'll show you how I'm going to be planting my tomatoes. Woohoo! And this year I'm going to be planting lots and lots of tomatoes because I want to make my own spaghetti sauce, and I want to can up some stewed tomatoes as well. So your girl is going to be in tomato heaven. So let me finish doing this, get it cooled off, and then I'll come back and show you what type of tomato seeds that I will be planting inside of these pea pellets. Easy peasy, baby. Easy peasy. Guys, it is time to start planting my tomatoes. So first let me show you the variety of tomatoes that I will be growing this season. So I love this black creme tomato. I grew these last year and I love them. Nice juicy tomatoes with the beautiful nice flavor that just was like, when you cut into it, the inside color was just astounding. I was just in love with the inside of that tomato. And I'm going to do like some tomato beefsteaks that I got from the $1.25. And then I'm going to do some black cherry. Gorgeous. Love these as well. Like popping them in your mouth, just like pop it in like a little sugary treat. And then I'm going to do the Black Beauty I grew last year, and I love the color of these. Just walking by my tomato area and seeing these growing was so much fun because it was a black cherry, like a Black Beauty, and it was nice and shiny, and the tomatoes are really firm. Love it. Never grew these blue tomatoes before, but I'm going to give them a try. This was gifted to me by Eric. So Eric, thank you. I can't wait to try these. And then I'm going to do some, these are large red cherry tomatoes. And then these are large cherry red tomatoes. Doesn't have a picture. This is just the packet that it came in. And then of course you guys know I'm going to grow a lot of the Roma tomatoes because this is my #1 thing I want to grow. And then I've never tried this one. I got this one from Baker Creek, and it's called a Mila tomato. And look at that. I thought that would be cool. It's almost like a pear shape, or it looks like a maraca. You remember those maraca instruments we used to play in school? That's what it reminds me of. So those are the tomatoes that I will be planting today. So what I have done already is I have decided that I'm going to be putting my tomatoes in my wonderful container. Let me show you. You know, I always use these as my growing mediums right here. So I've already labeled them. It's going to be aroma tomatoes, black creme, and black cherry tomatoes. So let's start with the aroma tomatoes. And like I always have this. And this one, as you can see, something's growing in that one. And that is one of my tarragon. They are starting to just now come up. So I'm going to try to put 2 seeds of these Roma tomatoes in each one of these pea pellets. So I'm going to try to get 2 tomatoes in each one of these. So I'm just using my little chopstick here. And it's easy because these little tomatoes are pretty easy just to put in there. I'm just going to drop them in there. And I'm going to do that with all of them. Let's make me 2 holes. Hole there. And I'm going to put a hole here. I'll make a hole here. Because I feel like if one tomato don't come up, then I'll have a backup. So I'm going to stick each one of those. I'm not going to put them too deep because I want them to be able to come up. And that's what I do. And if I have any left over, because what I'm going to do is I have another one of these containers right here. And this whole container right here is going to be filled with nothing but Roma tomatoes, this whole thing. And these are, see, I already made my labels for my other tomatoes. It's the Mila tomato, and this is some more Roma tomatoes, the blue tomato, and then the large cherry red tomatoes. I already got my labels ready to go. So all I got to do is the planting part. So let me go ahead and finish planting all this stuff, and then I'll come back and show you that my tomato seeds have been planted and they are ready to start germinating. So that's why I was so happy that I was able to start putting my peppers outside to get acclimated. Because my tomatoes here, they need to roll on out. It's time for them to roll on. I gotta get them started and get them under my grow lights. Alright guys, let me finish doing these because my next tomato that's coming up is my black creme tomato. And it's this one right here. Alright, so let's get it going. Alright, so this row right here was the Roma tomatoes. This one right here was the black creme. And this one is going to be the black cherry. So I've already put the holes in there. All I gotta do is drop them down in there. I love these tomato seeds because at least you can put one in each one of the holes. And they're not super small to where you can't pick the seed up and then drop them in the hole. Alright, so the black cherry has been planted. Put them back in the seed packet. And then what I'm doing is I'm just going to take these and just cover them up. And they're already wet, so I don't have to worry about watering them. And then just close up this lid. And then just say a prayer over them and let the growing process begin. And then I'm just going to work on that other container of my Roma tomatoes, and then I'll be finished. Let me just sit them on my table like I always do. And there you go. My Roma tomatoes, black Krim, and black cherry tomatoes are planted. And I just have to do this one, which I'm going to do all Roma tomatoes, this container. And then I will have my tomatoes planted, so I'll plant this one off camera. And then I will come back with updates to let you guys know how these tomatoes are doing. So, alright you guys, if you haven't started getting your tomatoes in the ground, or if it's that time for you to get going, get them in the ground, because this weather is something crazy. Because here in Virginia today, it is rainy, rainy, rainy. So this is the perfect day for me to get all of my tomato seeds planted. Alright, don't forget to look for the updates coming your way as soon as I see any sign of germination. You know I'm going to make a video so I can keep you guys on this journey with me. Alright guys, have a wonderful day. Have a blessed day. Give your girl a thumbs up. Share me out. And leave me a comment down below and let me know what you're doing today in your garden. Because I always like to know what you guys are doing. I just enjoy watching you guys' videos. Alright. Till next time. See you in the next video, you guys. And get your seeds going. Don't forget, so you can grow that food for your friends and family. Because we're going to be needing that food. Trust and believe. Because the grocery prices are way too high. Alright, take care.